Hey guys, this is just a little update for you. I'm not sure what it is with the audio with this episode itself. I've recorded this all in my house on my phone, so I know it's going to be lower quality than the microphone that I have at my apartment. But for some reason, the beginning sections, which were recorded in its own right, have a very weird static and low quality to it, and I'm not really able to change the audio itself from where I am currently. And with the editing that I am able to do through the app, I am unable to make any real significant changes other than manipulate the volume of it. So, unfortunately, the first few sections, while they are still audible and they're still able to figure out what I am saying, they are very static filled because I guess I'm moving around, but I was sitting still, so I don't know what's going on. And they're a little lower in tone. Towards the end, during the last review of the second article, it does improve significantly, and I am recording the second area, I guess. It's in the same room that I recorded that one in right now. So, again, I apologize for that. So, if I'm saying so a lot, but I do apologize if that is an issue for you guys. I will be resolving that in the future, but for now, I'm not sure what the issue was, and I am working to make sure it doesn't happen again. So I hope you enjoy, and thank you for putting up with that.
Well, hello there, guys, and welcome back. This is a very, very bizarre and very delayed episode, so I apologize for that. But I am back home right now, so I am currently having some free time, and I wanted to record something a little special to get back to you guys because I feel really bad. I've been gone for a while, and unfortunately, that has to do with a lot of just stress and stuff that's going on with me currently, on top of graduating in May, which I have to very much stay focused on. So until all that gets resolved, things are still going to be kind of chaotic at the moment, but I'm going to try my best during my free time to record certain things for you guys, just so you have it. And today is certainly a story that I've been very much wanting to cover for the past several weeks now since it's come about. And I'm sure some of you have heard about it. I actually didn't hear about it until listening to another podcast myself called Bizarre States, hosted by Jessica Chobot and, oh gosh, I forget Bowser's actual name, like full name. Uh, but they're a really great podcast. They've been around for a while, and they talked about the story back in, I think, late February. I can't remember entirely, but it is back from that time. And this story takes place in Philadelphia. And the thing is, the fact that I had never heard about this is what's bizarre to me. In the fact that this takes place not that far from where I am, living on up in campus. And this is called the Steel Furnace Letters in Philadelphia. So for anyone who doesn't actually know what the furnace letter is, I certainly did not. So that's why I have a article pulled up for me because I kind of wanted to learn with you guys. And basically what it is it kind of became like a meme. It like kind of blew up the internet over on Reddit and stuff a few weeks ago. And it's basically called ABBA in a weird way. It relates to that a lot for some reason. And here's some of the questions that are written on the letter itself. It says, ABBA, the 70s pop band, that's a question for some reason. What do they have to do with anything? Why is why is the meat we eat in first grade alive in our bodies? Why do we have to become a solid steel statue? What exactly is happening on April 27th? What's a steel furnace? So it's just like really, really bizarre things that it's written down in this letter. And the letters were sent out to various houses throughout Philadelphia's brewery town. I always pronounce that wrong. And Fairmount neighborhoods, which again is not that far from where I am. I'm technically in North Philly, but I'm a little closer to Kensington area, just a little bit. I'm like kind of on the border, which is it's not right next to, but it's pretty darn close to the Fairmount spot. And I'm actually right near Girard Avenue. So this letter is encouraging people to attend a quote steel furnace event in a vacant lot on the 27th of April, and it takes place at the 27th and Girard Avenue corner. So I don't know why 27 is recurring. It just seems to be the way, and it's just really weird. Um, and I'm just gonna read some of the snippets from the article itself. This is from NBC Philadelphia. And it says photos of the letter were repeatedly posted by several Reddit users who claimed an unidentifiable person was leaving copies of it in mailboxes and passing it around to residents of the city's Fairmount and Brewery Town neighborhoods. There are photos, but it's not loading, so I'll probably post it on Twitter and Instagram for you guys to check it out. This is in quotes. This is to inform you all. Oh, this is actually from the letter. This is to inform you all that the food ate since first grade is alive in your body, especially the dead animal remains and meat, since it was cooked alive and is alive in your body. The letter reads, "Anywhere it goes, you must go with it." That's 365 days a year from first grade to now. It all right. It's a weird letter. I've never said it was a coherent letter. Um, and it's certainly why I think it's gone so viral in a way. So many people are talking about it that it's like, what's going on? I've even had just random people like discuss it, like people in my major, people in my school, and I've never had like conversations like this, like outside of this podcast format and outside of like friends. So it's definitely something that's intriguing me. Now it says the letter then refers to a steel quote furnace where metal can be melted and the bodies of people and animals mixed with the metal to become steel, unable to be hurt. It just makes no sense whatsoever. It ends by stating that a meeting on the building of a steel furnace will take place at noon on April 27th, 2019, in a vacant lot on the 27th Street and Girard Avenue corner. Now, this is actually fast approaching, and I will be very much consumed with graduation at this time, and I'll be graduating late April, early May. And part of me really wants to go to this, and I don't know exactly what day this falls on. I want to say it's earlier in the week, because I have a portfolio review on the 29th, and I doubt that would take place on the weekend. But I also don't know if this is going to be legit or not. I also don't want to get like blown up. I also don't want to like just stand because there's nothing there. It says like the building of a steel furnace, but there's if you look at the lot, there I'll post those photos as well. There's nothing in that lot. It's just a big grass field, and it's why I think so many weird, bizarre speculations happening. Um, but actually, now that I think about it, someone did show me a photo that there is now an ABBA statue in the field. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. You guys know about the love signs that are stationed around different cities and different locations around the country. It basically is a installation piece series because it's multiple ones that's stationed around different cities. I think Philadelphia has like two or three. I've seen them in New York. I've seen them down in Baltimore. And it's just a statue that says LOVE, and the letters are stacked together in a square. The statue that I was shown that's currently residing in the lot, I haven't been there physically, so I'm just going by word of mouth and the photo. And the statue itself looks like that. They're big red letters, but they spell out ABAB. I don't know why, and I don't know, or ABBA. Sorry, I don't know why that's there. I'm assuming someone just put that there. I don't know if it's in relation to the person who handed out the stuff, but we'll see. And I don't know. It's just very bizarre. I don't know why. Again, I just don't know why. It's just such a weird thing that's happening. And I'm just gonna continue on because the article goes on for a bit more. It says the letter says, "What we need is a bulldozer to dig some ditches and steel furnace equipment." The letter states, "Do attend." The letter quickly sparked an endless supply of memes, a Reddit or a subreddit, I didn't know about that, a Facebook event, and even its own location on Google Maps. I did not know that either. Okay. I cannot believe it has its own Google Maps location. Yet while the letter has led plenty of uh, heh. Yet while the letter has led to plenty of jokes, some residences have expressed their concern, which again is very reasonable. A lot of people in this neighborhood were just getting very bizarre letters telling them to go to this weird event in their area. And these letters, the image is not here, but I'll have to pull it up and show you guys. The letters are not like typed out. It's not coherent. It's like the scribbles of like a madman. So I don't know how anyone actually read it to begin with, but it's not like visually appealing. It's a very childlike letter, and on top of the fact that it really makes absolutely no sense. So I can understand why people are very freaked out by this very bizarre, just random occurrence. Plus, two, apparently some guy was handing it out, so I don't know why. Maybe they have figured it out at this point. I don't know why they haven't kind of pieced that together. Maybe that area where he was handing things out doesn't have any like cameras or residential stuff. So I don't know. It doesn't list where people like encountered him. Okay, so later on it says, in quotes, someone needs to look into that. One Reddit user writes, because if they write it, because if the writer is in some way involved with kids or vulnerable adults, things could get very badly wrong. Take it to the cops? Question mark. Ask them to handle this kind of thing? Question mark. I don't know why they question those things. But no, I would agree. I would definitely think that this is something to at least keep an eye out for, or at least like patrol the area during the event. Um, Again, I kind of want to check it out, but at the same time, I don't want, you know, to get involved with all that. Um, and then the article goes on to say, a concerned person has also started up a GoFundMe page to raise money for mental health in light of the flyers. In its first day, it raised about $1,000 from its goal of $5,000 for the Philadelphia Mental Health Clinic, a GoFundMe certified charity where the money will be sent directly. So again, it's definitely apparent, unless someone's making this as like a joke, um, that this is not written by someone who is consciously all there. So I can totally agree, and I kind of sympathize for this. I definitely want to figure out what's going on. Um, but this is definitely like a nice little. We'll see how it resolves itself, but this is like a nice little wrap up of how this whole thing started. Other people will get help for, I guess, awareness that someone else provided. And it says NBC 10 reached out to Philadelphia police to see if they were investigating. A spokesman said that they have not received any formal complaints nor a copy of the letter. They are encouraging people to call and report it, however, if they have any concerns. So, this article was written back during the height of all this, back kind of like when it was blowing up. So I don't know if anything's happened since late February to this point. I'm gonna have to check something else, but this is like the main article that was focused around it at the time. And then afterwards, they just kind of go on about memes that people are posting on Reddit, on the Philadelphia subreddit, and there are a lot. I mean, oh my god, there are a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just scrolling down looking at all of them. People are just like editing like elevator signs, those historical signs. They have Simpson memes now. Oh my god, they have a Star Wars one. Oh Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna go find another article real quick, so I will be right back. Okay, so there's not really that many articles that continue on the research for this, but I did find one from Philly Voice, written by Brian Hickory. I guess he's a writer there, and this was written on March 4th, so like a week or so after kind of the outbreak of all this stuff. And it goes on to just be more research, and I guess they have more direct lines, I guess, because they're in Philly. I don't know. I just opened it up myself. So the article goes on to say, we trust that you have already heard about the Fairmount Brewerytown steel furnace letters that launched a quadrillion memes, a subreddit. I don't know why they changed the name. Gourmet sales, videos, and fundraising efforts, and among other things, a communal embrace to the phrase "do attend." I have not seen the "do attend" thing, but I'll take it as face value. Um, but yeah, okay. So we've already talked about this stuff. He's not really going to go into massive details on the like initial backstory because I don't know why, but I guess they've already written about this. I can't see any of their other stories at the moment. It says if you are not familiar with it, okay, there's a hyperlink to another article that you can click on. It goes on to say, maybe it will even help explain why the original copy is up for bids on eBay. Okay, I didn't know that. With an initial asking price of $365. Okay, because that's been referenced twice throughout the letter itself. The EBB, I don't know what that is, EB. Okay, I've never seen that word before. Of intense interest being paid to the 240 word missive has since flowed, with 69 days between the February 17th emergence of the letter and its proposed April 27th gathering. It is only natural. Sure, there is footage of a person purportedly to have distributed these flyers. Okay, so there is actually potential footage, like we mentioned last time. Um, the day before it captured the public consciousness, but multiple trips to the area failed to turn up anyone who resembled him as someone seen around the neighborhood. Okay, so I guess they asked around. They, I guess, showed. I don't know. He was described as a quote old head. I don't know what that is. Who, when someone peeked through the window on 28th Street near Girard, as he was sliding a flyer into the nearby door, stared at me for 20 seconds and it felt like he was looking deep into my soul, says the witness. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm guessing he's just a very odd person. As the steel furnace party takes on a potential and mysterious life of its own, could 27th and Girard end up being Philly's Woodstock? Stay tuned. We are here at Philly Voice decided to take a deeper dive into the one sheet rabbit hole. Okay, so there's a letter up now. This is not the letter that I originally saw, so I don't know what is going on. This letter is typed out. I very, very vividly remember seeing a letter that was written out, so I don't know if there's two. Um, Maybe it was just the original one was typed, and that might be insane, but who knows? I'll post both if I can find it. I'm fairly certain it was written, so I don't know what was going on in my head. It says, we set out a mission to decode its intention, meaning, and viability in the line-by-line breakdown of its words, speaking to experts in a variety of fields to determine whether this thing could actually happen. Humor us. So in this regard, they're saying that they're kind of just talking to police and I guess steel workers in a regard, mental health professionals to figure out what's kind of going on. What follows is a result of that investigation presented in Q&A form with the caveat of some questions that were never meant to be answered. So to continue on, the letter starts. So this is the Q&A section that they're talking about. So the questions are being asked by the voice professionals, and then the answers are being answered by whomever. These letters start with a perfectly centered word, ABBA. Is this some sort of viral gimmick for the Swedish pop supergroup? The person then responds by saying, "Sure, Mamma Mia will be performed in New Hope this summer." I didn't know that. But it's more likely that in the context, ABBA was. Oh, okay. Um, but it's more likely that in this context, ABBA was representative of the Aramic word. I don't know why it's spelled. Okay. Um, for father in Hebrew, Ab translates to father. So I think it. So they're saying it might be in Arabic. I don't know. Regardless, okay, they just posted a video of ABBA. That's kind of interesting though that most people thought it was either the pop group. Some people thought it was like an art thing. But the word could translate to father. That's actually kind of interesting. The article goes on to say the writer. Okay, this is the next question they asked. The writer claims that all the food we've eaten since first grade on, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, no less, is alive in our bodies, singling out dead animal remains or meat. What is the veracity of this statement? A heated discussion broke out when we discussed what, if any, food are cooked alive, whether vegetables are technically living when consumed, and the like. But fruit bat soup, frog, sashimi, chilled ants, wormy cheese, and all the likes are not Philadelphia area delicacies. Furthermore, chewing gum does not stay in your stomach for multiple years if swallowed. So, no, food does not remain alive inside of you from the first grade onwards. We reached out to the American Society for Nutrition for, I guess, clarification, but yeah, they just kind of verified the exact same thing. Uh, and yeah, it's just very bizarre, and I don't know why. Um, I'm gonna have to continue this on later, but I'm gonna follow up with some of the other questions they asked in a mere moment.
Okay, so we are back, and I'm continuing to read through the Philly Voice article, and it's interesting to say the least. But I don't know. I'm just reading through it right now. I'm kind of like skimming past the last thing that we discussed, which was talking about how like food staying in your body. A lot of the questions they're asking is just very much trying to solidify an answer from like every single phrase that the person writes in the letter. So they are talking to steel workers, they're talking to psychiatrists, but they're all in relation to like every word that the guy's saying. I don't know how true all this is, so we'll see. I'm trying to skim down a bit to something that's a bit more concrete, but there's not. There's not a whole lot. Short of becoming a statue, encasing yourself in the cement, mummification. Okay, now they're talking about mummification. I don't know how about all this goes. How much does it cost to run a bulldozer? How much does it cost to produce a steel furnace? Flyer refers to a generic steel furnace where metal can be smelted and the bodies of people and animals mixed into the metal to become steel unable to be hurt. These aren't available at a storefront, and the writer is likely referring to a blast furnace, which uses smelting to produce industrial metals. Which I guess you can still kind of get, but you can only get like very low grade ones. We use them a bit when it comes to like ceramic stuff, but they're slightly different than metalworking ones. Is there any importance to the date of the furnace party? That the flyers were distributed nearly 10 weeks before the event struck us as odd. It also made us wonder whether there was a rhyme or reason to the timing. Short of tracking down the gentleman who handed out the flyers, trust us, we've tried to find him, April 27th itself warrants no closer look. Could there be any clues in the date selected? Hard to say, but there's no... now it's just like, here's some fun facts about April 27th. This is very BuzzFeed-like. This article is shaped up to be something interesting, but it's not really right now. What exactly is going on? Has all the attention been to the expense of someone suffering from mental health issues? Very much a possibility. Is it a troll job, or is April 27th going to be a magical day on an empty lot on the 27th and Girard Corner? And what do property owners think? This just kind of runs down some of the Reddit discussions that people are having, along with talking about the GoFundMe page that we discussed in the last article. People are also talking about some weird like McDonald's stuff, residents and property owners on the Girard Avenue location, as well as people who have businesses in that department or that neighborhood. Sorry. Regardless, the buzz in the neighborhood is that, weather permitting, the 27th Girard Furnace Party will draw droves of people to the area, with the nearby Crime and Punishment Brewery Company deciding it could only be right to participate in the ritual sacrifice and brew a beer specifically for the occasion. Do attend. So we'll see how that goes. Again, it's something that I might possibly, I don't know 100%. I might swing by and just check it out, or I might go like the day before, the day after, just to see. I definitely want to like stay in touch with it, my own. I don't think I'm going to make it like a massive thing. I just thought it'd be an interesting story to talk about on my way back, I guess is the way to describe it. I don't know. It's been like a month or so since I've uploaded, and I feel really, really bad for all that. I think it's been more than a month, honestly. But again, it's just been massive workloads, massive stress, and all that type of stuff. And I'm trying to get back. I have a bunch of things already recorded and scripted, so I don't know what is taking me so long. But we'll see how that goes. Again, I will be back now. I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping the same upload schedules. I'm aiming to upload always on Saturdays like I'm doing today. But we'll see. Let's aim for the weekends for the most part. And then when it comes to regard to the YouTube uploads, I've been kind of slacking on that. I've had some difficulties with one of the audio respondings with the After Effects that I'm using, and for some reason it's using old audio when I'm uploading new ones, so I don't know why it's doing that. And I had to take down 2 episodes off YouTube, both episode 4 and episode 5, because of that issue. So I'm hoping to get them back up soon. Once I resolve that, we'll see how that goes. I'm not giving any promises, because honestly, it's just it's something I'm still learning to do. So just bear with me. But besides that, YouTube again will be up. I might be posting some more smaller snippets on there as well, just because I know that audience is a little bigger, and I feel bad for kind of neglecting them over there. But for you guys here, I am definitely going to be back more consistently, because it's easier for me to record and edit audio than it is to make videos. And if you guys want to stay up to date on how things are going with this podcast and when uploads are coming, definitely check me out on Twitter at Realm of Unknown, or you can check me out over on Instagram. I haven't been posting too much over there as much, but I'm definitely trying to do it more often. And I will be posting photos of the furnace location as well as the steel furnace letters themselves over on Instagram and on Twitter. So make sure to check me out at Realm of Unknown on both of them. Or you can email me your own personal stories or subjects that you want me to talk about here on the podcast at realmofunknown@gmail.com. You can check us out over on Apple. Check us out over on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, anywhere you can find your podcast. We're recording it here on Anchor, so thank you again, Anchor, for all that. And yeah, so I'm just rambling on because I forgot kind of how to do my outro. But I hope you guys are having a really great day, and I hope you guys up in the north where I am, are enjoying some of the first signs of spring. So until next time, guys, remember to stay spooky. Ever thought of having your very own podcast and not really sure where to start? Well, Anchor is the easiest way to make all of those podcasting dreams a reality. Anchor gives you everything that you need in one place, which you can use easily and right away on your phone or computer. Creative tools allowing you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds the absolute best, and they'll even distribute your podcast for you, which, believe me, was a lifesaver on my own part, so that it can be heard everywhere across multiple different platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and even more. You can also earn some money off of your podcast through sponsorships that Anchor will help provide for you with no minimum listener base, so you can start right away. In order to start your very own podcast, be sure to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm, or to download the Anchor app both on Android and Apple. I hope to welcome you guys to the Anchor community.